All right, I'm going to walk around and we're going to stick them on here, one table at a time. You all done?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not even going to look at them today.
That's a good call.
You'll probably forget which one was yours
I won't.
by the time we look at them.
Thank you.
I can come back. It's all good. Putting you guys on the spot. I'll come back around later if you don't have it done yet. So this one we're going to put away and we're going to come back to it on the very last day of the semester. And we're going to see how much we learned, see if we can answer our own questions like magic. Okay? Our objectives by the end of today's lesson, I would hope that you could do each of these 5 things. So as you're reviewing your material at the end of today, or maybe you're starting your homework or something, come back up to these objectives and make sure you can hit all of them. And if you can't, say something so that we can help you. So today we're talking about observing the atmosphere. We're going to dive into some clouds. But first off, before we even get going, at the very top of your paper, I want you to draw for me 3 different clouds. Now, as I mentioned previously, I like to display the same information multiple ways because everybody learns differently. If something makes sense to you, keep it. If something doesn't make sense to you and it's got multiple images, leave the one that doesn't make sense to you. This is the same exact thing as the last picture. It's just presented differently. Whatever makes sense to you, you can keep. Whatever confuses you, you can leave behind. Okay? Nimbostratus. Remember, what does nimbo mean? What was that prefix from a couple slides ago?
Rain.
Rain or precipitation. Stratus is layers, so rainy layers. We've got this big old gray layered cloud up here and we can see that it's raining. This one's going to be kind of a persistent drizzle all day. We've got everyone's favorite. Cumulo means what? Heap or pile. Nimbus is rain, rainy heap or pile. What we see when we look at like Google Earth and things like that, we see pictures of clouds from where? Where are those pictures taken?
Space.
Up in the sky, right? The satellites. But remember, how do we classify clouds? What were the 2 things we needed? Height from where? From the ground. So it's kind of tricky for a satellite to tell height from the ground on some of these low-level, low-laying clouds. That's where you come in. We're looking for some ground truth. So you're going to kind of observe the sky, and you're going to submit it in your app. Someone that works on this crew at NASA is going to review your submission. They're going to match it with the satellite that's overhead, and they're going to say, here's what you saw at the bottom, here's what the satellite saw at the top. And we're going to use that in our weather journal this semester. So you might get an email. It's probably going to go in your spam or junk folder. It always does. Look for it there. They'll come in, and you'll want to hang on to those. Here are some handy-dandy apps for you to, or links for you to use when you're observing. You probably won't even need those, but they're there just in case. Let's talk about observing. What makes a good observation site? Does it matter where we observe from?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
We don't want to study stuff that's false and make ideas from false evidence or like false
Okay.
choices.
Do you think I could observe, like, in downtown Kalamazoo?
The sky?
Yeah.
Oh, from there?
Do you think that's a good spot if I'm, like, walking downtown? Maybe the Kalamazoo Mall?
Probably not.
Why not?
You have all those buildings in front of you, so you can't see like the full like.
Yeah, the buildings are in the way. Can I see all of the clouds in the sky? No, I can only really see like what's in the little square in front of me. We want to make sure that we're in a good spot. So we've got an observer here who is demonstrating a good spot. So what you'll want to do is hold your arm out so that your hand is kind of eye level. That's a good angle from the ground, from horizontal. If you spin around and everything that's an obstacle is underneath your hand, that's a good spot. If it's a little bit above your hand, that's okay. You can definitely take an observation there. But if it's like so close that you can't, it's like way up above, like if I've got my arm out here and the buildings are coming up really tall, that's not a good spot. You should find a new one. So we've made it outside. Is this a good spot to observe? Can we do it right here? No. Why is it not a good spot? Because there's buildings, right? If we hold our hands out, we got way too much stuff in the way. Where can we go to have a good spot? Probably this way, right? This is a big clear area, so let's head this way. So you should have this screen. It should have 4 different options about mosquito cover and clouds and all of that. You'll want to click clouds. The top option is a blue box. It says new cloud observation. If yours is not working, find somebody whose is and be buddies with them. What does our sky look like? Do we have clouds or is it clear? Clouds. Is it obscured?
Yes.
Is there something in the way that we cannot see what's going on in the sky?
No.
No. So we want clouds or contrails. We're going to click that top option. What percentage of the whole sky is covered by these clouds?
Overcast.
You think an overcast? I'll agree. So we're going to click overcast. You have to scroll down to click next. We want a manual cloud identification. First things first, it's asking me, are there any contrails?
No.
No, I don't see any. So I'm going to go to the bottom and say no contrails visible. Next, it wants to know, are there high-level clouds present?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So you know what I'm going to say?
Don't know. Is that an option?
No high-level clouds observed, right up at the top.
Oh.
Are there mid-level clouds?
Sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
You think so? I mean, I only see like this little blue patch.
Okay, so no.
You think these are low or middle?
Mid.
I think these are kind of mid.
Mid to low.
I would say, what kind of mid do we think? Alto cumulus or alto stratus? Stratus, I agree, so we'll click that one. What do we think, what percentage of the sky has these in it? Overcast, I agree. What is the opacity of these clouds?
Opaque.
Can we see the blue through them? Not really, so we're gonna go with opaque. How about low-level clouds?
Nah. Yeah. Well,
No. I don't really think so either. So I'm gonna go with no low-level clouds observed. We're almost done, you guys stay with me.
no. Yes.
Now we gotta pick which conditions apply. Is there snow, ice on the ground?
Yes.
Is there standing water?
No.
Is it muddy?
No.
Do we have dry ground?
Yes. No.
Are the leaves on the trees?
No.
Is it raining or snowing?
Yes.
Yeah. So then click next. It wants you to take pictures of the sky next.
Take picture.
Take pictures manually.
There. Oh. Okay.
You're gonna have to rotate your screen sideways. You might have to turn off the orientation lock on your phone. As soon as you rotate it, the thing will pop up. All you have to do is match your circle
Oh, you're supposed to do.
to the north, south, east, and west. As soon as you put your phone on the circle, it's gonna take a picture. Try not to get other people in your picture. Just move your camera around, it'll line up. Yep, and you got an up and a down.
Okay.
When you're all done, you can click done.
Wait, I don't know.
Make sure you get all of them. There's an up, a down, a north, south, east, and a west.
So I gotta line up. Why is it white?
When the photo says down, what do you
You just hold your phone down.
and just take a picture of the ground?
North, south, east, and west are.
It lines up. Yep, it lines up on your phone.
That's done.
Those are my feet.
When you're all done, yeah, your feet will be in one of the pictures. When you're all done, you'll click finish.